Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another day on Beyond the Beach. Like I always tell you, Entebbe is much more than... Actually, I was talking to Colin here before I introduce him, that Entebbe is much more than just a beach. So this is why we call this program Beyond the Beach. We want to look at Entebbe. We host people who have added so much to Entebbe, people from Entebbe. So basically today I have a special guest all the way from the US. He's a pro golfer, but also Entebbe born. Mr. Colline Ajidra is here with us. He has come all the way from States and said, I need to come around and talk to you guys on Beyond the Beach. Basically, what we're going to do is we're going to have a chat with him. There's a lot he's going to tell us as a pro golfer, but also as a son of Entebbe. He grew up, raised in Entebbe, so we are proud of him anyway. So, Colin, welcome to Beyond the Beach.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for coming by.
Thank you.
How does it feel to be in Uganda after a long time?
It feels nice to be home. You know, okay. East or west, always home is the best.
Home is the best.
Yes.
Have you eaten any marakwang, matoke?
I've eaten any local food.
Any local food. I know sometimes when you're out there, you think of, man, I need to have some local food. I need to.
We miss it. Yeah, we miss it. Even the spices are not the same. Even if it's there, because the Mexicans sometimes their food is like Ugandan food.
Okay. Yeah.
But home is home.
Home is home.
Yeah, it feels good to be home.
Yeah.
I was here maybe at the beginning of the year, February.
Okay. Yeah.
So nowadays I try to come at least once or twice a year. But
that's
home
good.
is home.
But still, you know, it has that feel. You come here for 1 week and you feel like, man, I should have stayed a month or two.
When you're going, you're like, man, I don't know when I'm coming back, but I want to come back. Yes.
Okay, otherwise, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
I know that we have new people out there. You don't ever change so much. Absolutely. So many people that are new. So many. I know there's so many out there in Entebbe that know you because you know you've grown and raised here. You know we're a small community. Always been a small community.
Yes.
You know ABCD.
Yes.
But you know, I'm going to give you an opportunity maybe to introduce yourself to the new people that might be in the area.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, those of you watching us, my name is Colline Ajidra. I was born and raised in Entebbe. I went to Entebbe schools.
Yeah.
When I finished my senior six, I finished my senior six at Entebbe.
Yeah.
Yes. So when I finished, that's when I moved into MOOBS. I did a diploma at MOOBS, and then that's when I proceeded to the US. But I'm glad to be on the show. This is a very prominent show. I have a lot of friends actually, US, Germany, all over the world that watch the show. That is actually how I got introduced to you in your content. So big up on yourself and keep doing the good work.
Thank you. And most especially for the guys out there who are watching us, guys in Germany, guys in the US, all over the world that are watching us. We are thankful. Please recommend the show to as many people as possible. Like I always say, everyone is welcome to come on the show. Because in Entebbe, we are a family and there's always a lot to talk about. Let us go straight. You're a pro golfer.
Yes, sir.
I know that you're here to play Uganda Open.
Yes, sir.
It's happening in Lugazi.
Yes,
How prepared are you before we go into the nitty-gritty of Entebbe?
I'm very well prepared.
Yeah?
It was one of the tournaments that I really wanted to play on my calendar ever since I turned pro. You know, last year I was supposed to play it, but unfortunately it collided with a tournament that I wanted to play in the US, so I could not travel. But I made it a point that I could schedule it that I would come 2 weeks. It's happening next week, so I gave myself enough time to get out of the jet lag, to also visit Lugazi. Actually, just came from Lugazi this morning. I went there, practiced. I saw the course. It's an amazing course. I love the challenge. I'm up for it, but I'm very, very well prepared.
You will prepared.
Yes.
So don't you miss Entebbe course? I've heard a lot about Lugazi course. I know they must be hosting the Uganda Open for the first time.
Yes.
We have had it in Entebbe several times.
Absolutely.
We have a beautiful course, by the way.
Absolutely.
Most people don't know that Entebbe Golf Course, by the way, is one of the... Actually, not one of. It is the oldest golf course in East Africa. 1910, isn't it? 1900. So, when you talk about golf in Uganda, in East Africa, Entebbe is a place that pioneered golf. Isn't that interesting?
Absolutely. Entebbe Golf Course is very unique.
Yeah.
It has a beauty of pines, though that's the challenge of it. But it also has a lot of things surrounding it. It has the zoo, you can view the animals, you see the monkeys when on the coast. It has the view of the lake, resort beach. And then on the other side, you have the military base. It's just an amazing place. We have cricket in the middle of the field.
Cricket oval.
So, in Entebbe, I was fortunate to have started my journey of golf at the oldest East African golf course. It's a blessing.
That's interesting. Actually, that brings me to ask you some question. How was it growing up in Entebbe? How was the feel of growing up in Entebbe? Because most people want to know that, they say we who come from Entebbe, we feel unique when you go to different schools. We have an aura around us. But maybe you can tell them how you've been to the States, obviously. How is it growing up in Entebbe?
They say Tovimbanga Tovante.
True.
But Entebbe was an amazing place. For me, my dad, this is how most people who have heard my name, they will know automatically my name is another name.
Definitely, yeah.
But my dad was a military guy. He was in the Air Force. So he was posted at Entebbe Air Force.
Yes.
So I was born and raised in Entebbe because of that.
Yes.
So actually, I'm a grade B born.
Yeah, actually, before you go in, I was just about to ask you.
Yes.
When we're introducing ourselves in Entebbe, we always add born in grade B, born in grade B.
Yes, grade
Interesting.
B.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, so grew up there. I went to schools in Entebbe. I went to Air Force Primary.
Okay.
I went a year or two at Namate, and then I went to Air Force Secondary, and then I finished at Entebbe SS, as I said earlier on.
Okay.
But Entebbe has always been a unique place, and I'm an Anglican.
Yeah.
So I was
St. John's.
St. John's.
Yeah.
I got baptized.
Yeah.
At St. John's.
St. John's or St. Mark.
Yes.
But St. John's, okay.
But how I got introduced to golf is I used to walk from Katavi to St. John's. And then Sunday service, Egwamangu. So you have to wait for your parents and stuff like that. So you would run on the golf course. Those fences were not there. Those trees were not there.
True.
So you run there, you get intrigued by seeing the golf balls.
Yes.
That is how I started the game. And then from there, that is when I picked interest, like, okay, I need to get into this club. How do I get into it?
Okay.
Yeah,
so how did that go for you? Because I know many other golfers. Dale Akope is a pro golfer.
Yes.
Good friend of mine, by the way. We shared a class.
Yes.
We grew up together.
Absolutely.
So Dale is my good friend. He's one of the big pros I know.
Yes.
But he started off as a caddie. I don't know what your story is.
Yes, I also started as a caddie.
We used to we used to have a big mango tree. I think it's at the council now, where we used to go and sit. Even us who didn't play golf, we used to go and sit there. Then the Devils and the others used to play golf and do all the caddie.
Yeah, for those people who have just joined, they don't even know the beauty of that big tree.
Yeah.
Now that it's fenced,
it's fenced.
But it used to be open. You know. But I had a couple of friends who were already working there as caddies.
Okay.
So with the interest of having grown around the game, I asked them how can I join. So the easiest way is, of course, becoming a caddie.
Okay.
So when I finished my P7, that was my VAC time.
Okay.
I used to go there. We worked as caddies, wrecked the course and stuff like that. So because we worked there, they gave us a day to play. Monday was our day.
Yeah.
So
I think it's still the same thing.
Nowadays, nowadays they give them more days. They give them Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Okay.
So, but for us, it used to be a Monday. But we would maximize that Monday. We would start playing at 6 a.m. until dark.
Till the lights go off.
So that is how I got into the game. And then over the years, you fall in love with the game. You start learning the game.
Yes.
It was not until after Senior 3 is when I started playing seriously. And then at around 17 is when I got really, really good and made it to the national team. Yes.
Most people say this about golf. Yeah. Most people have this, what should I call it? Their assumption that, you have to be really rich to play golf. Obviously not, because I've seen so many humble people play golf. What does one need, apart from, of course, you get an opportunity to be, caddying and being around golfers and learning. If someone wanted to just go out and learn and play, what do they have to do? How do you break down that misconception about golf?
One, I think there's a lot of information right now. You can educate yourself. You can Google some of this stuff. But the best way to do is find a golfer.
Okay.
Talk to them, especially someone who has an experience, who is like a pro. They will give you, they'll break it down for you. Because sometimes some of these things, we look at them and you can be overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Because they're telling you maybe 5 steps ahead.
Yeah.
If you start from the beginning and you start just simple as like knowing what the game is about.
Yes.
Just being in the presence of the game.
Yeah.
Falling in love with it, understand the rules of play, understand the conditions of play.
Yes.
And then you go to the equipment and then you take some lessons slowly by slowly. Yes, it's a very expensive sport, but it can be broken down. Even people like us who came from humble beginnings,
Yes.
we made it and we are here playing it professionally to the extent that I played in an American college and stuff like that. So the best opportunity you can have at golf is you meet the most prominent people of the area.
True.
And that is how you get to uplift your social capital and, brings the best resources around you.
Okay.
Yes. That's what I would say.
I've seen a lot of women now playing golf. Recently, we had, she's called Jovia. I don't know if you met her. She was
running for Member of Parliament. I saw that, yes.
Parliament. She's
actually the former lady captain of Entebbe Golf Club.
Oh, yeah. I think she's inspired. I have other couple of friends that are caddies. They started off as caddies, but now they're playing golf. What is it for the ladies that, because usually ladies they want to play the back role.
Right.
How would you encourage them to at what age? How can they start off?
With golf, the best part about golf is golf has no age limit. You can start at whatever level you start at.
Okay.
But it's always, for parents out there watching me, it's always very nice to start young. Like me, I started very young. It gave me opportunity to learn. And then by the time I'm in my 20s now, I can play professional.
Okay.
So that is the most important thing. But start the right way. Take them every Christmas holiday.
Yeah.
They have clinics at the Entebbe Golf Club. Take your kids there. It's not expensive. I think it's like 150 for that 2 months.
Okay.
They teach them the sport.
Yeah, that's affordable.
So Omwana Akuranga, they love the game from the beginning. Fundamentals, gripping, how to play the game. Now that is the right way to join the game. Okay. Now for adults, go take a lesson. There are a lot of local professionals, around there, the guys that I grew up playing with. They are doing a great job, welcoming people into the sport, giving lessons. You don't have to own the equipment. You go there and they will work with you. They have their own equipment that you can start with.
I think that is one of the biggest hindrances or biggest, I don't know how to call it. Because when you go out to find out those golf equipment, they are quite expensive. Very expensive. They're quite expensive. And someone says, I might not afford. But if you say that I can go at the golf, maybe hire or something like
absolutely.
that.
You can hire a golf club.
Yeah.
But more importantly, if you go in there and you want a lesson, the professional that is going to teach you will provide you something to use. In the meantime, as you're looking for means of getting your own. So I think that's the most important part of it.
I want to ask you about, the professional bit of it. You're playing out there in the US. You're playing the professional courses. What's the difference? Actually, even before, I know you became pro here, and then you were at a certain level. You play for the national team.
Yes.
We hadn't mentioned that.
Yeah.
What is the difference between the amateur player and a person who has reached at that level of professionalism? Because I go to the course, I usually can't tell who is an amateur and who is a pro. Yeah,
the difference is actually really small. The only difference I would say between a professional and an elite amateur player is we play for money. That's what we do for a living.
Okay.
We play for, normally you have an association, like, I'll give you an example. I actually turned professional in the US.
Okay.
So I went in the US to play college golf.
Okay.
That is the highest level of amateur golf.
Okay.
And then once I finished college, 4 years, and then I turned professional. So turning professional in the US or in Uganda here. In Uganda here, you play qualifiers. You got to qualify to make it to the professional championship.
Okay. Let's just stop there for a minute.
Yes, sir.
that could be a little bit too much for someone who is not a golfer.
Yes.
How do you qualify? Do you have to, you have your terms, buddies and, scores and all that.
Now you have
How do you turn professional?
You have to be a player that is a scratch player. Scratch means you don't have a handicap.
Okay.
A handicap is literally just like the mistakes that you're allowed to make.
Okay.
So when you're a beginner, you have a very high handicap.
Okay.
The more you play well, the more your handicap gets reduced.
Okay.
Now, when you get to 0, you call the scratch. So you're not allowed to make any mistake.
Okay.
So scratch players can get to play exactly. If I give you a perfect example.
Okay.
This week, amateur players are playing the Uganda Amateur Open.
Yes.
They may choose whoever makes it to the top 10, you can turn professional.
Okay.
Or whoever wins it turns professional. So that is one of the things. Or the Uganda Professional Golf Association can put up a tournament called qualifiers to join professional.
Okay.
And then they call all the elite amateur players, handicap, scratch, and below to compete. And then they may say maybe out of 50 people, top 10 gets to turn professional.
Okay.
And then once you turn professional, you play for money. That's it. Amateurs play for trophies. That's the only difference.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, yeah, like I was saying, I turned professional in the US. So I started playing professional tournaments in the US. But of course, there's a lot of inspirations that kids draw from me, you know, being able to to grow up in Entebbe and going to the US, play college golf, and then being able to turn professional and play professional golf.
Yes.
So coming home so they can see you play in these local tournaments is a really, really good motivator, and they see the hard work that you put in.
Yes.
They see the experience, the exposure. Because now, with the exposure that we play against great players out there, you come home, they learn a few things from you. So,
Now, I want to ask you about the courses.
Yes.
What's the difference? I know I watch a bit of golf. I'm not a golfer, but I love sports. You know, generally, if you're a sports person, you watch.
Absolutely.
And I watch golf. When I sit on TV, I watch golf. I've seen the courses.
Yes.
I've seen the courses in the US. I've seen the courses in Dubai.
Yes.
Very different.
Yes.
How do you compare them to our, Entebbe course, Kampala Club, and now Lugazi?
Yes.
What's the difference? What makes them different?
The difference is the budget, I would say, resources. Those courses tend to have a huge budget.
Okay.
They are world-class courses.
Okay.
Yes.
What makes a course world-class? Like, this is a world-class course.
The standard.
The standard.
The standard of its maintenance, how it's maintained.
Yes.
The quality of the grass, the quality of the green.
Okay.
And all those factors, they come from the budget.
Okay.
How much money did they spend on those golf courses? How much water does it get?
Okay.
The machinery.
Yes.
The machines that cut the grass from those courses that you see in Dubai that look pristine, they're different. They're very expensive.
Okay.
You know? And also, the people who study how to manage those golf courses, the people, like we have people in the US who study the grass. What grass goes where, how much water do they take, how much fertilizer, and stuff like that. So it comes back to just being able to have those resources.
Okay.
Now, we don't have most of the resources. We make the best out of what we have.
What we have, yeah.
But that is literally the difference, you know. Most golf courses, especially in the US, they are designed to meet the PGA standard.
PGA.
Yeah, so they can even send a PGA certifier to certify or to design the golf course and stuff like that. So that is basically the difference. But I'm very impressed by Lugazi, Country Hill. They've done a great job with the design they have.
Yeah.
I think it's one of the most challenging golf courses that I've seen with the hills, with the length. They have, I think they have the longest par 5.
Okay.
It's very, very nice. They have a little bit of work to do around the green, but at least we have to appreciate where they are, and they are heading in the right direction. They just need to keep putting in a lot of work. We'll get there. We're very optimistic. And there's a lot of young golfers that is very inspiring, that the sport grows by the young ones. So we are very, I'm very, very impressed.
So, golf has become a very big sport in Uganda.
Yeah.
You haven't been... You come around, obviously. You know what's going on.
Yes.
How would you compare it from when you were starting out in golf back then when you were in senior 3 and how do you compare it now? Do you guys, what are the challenges that the golfers now here, the current challenges that people getting into golf right now, the ones you used to have, I know they're different.
Right.
Are they having it any easy now?
It's a little bit easier. Back then, it was not common to see a golfer that is from Uganda that can go to US and come back. Meaning, there's a lot more people that can go bring resources. You know, like I'll give you an example. Every time I come back, I reach out to the members or the people that I know that want to get these up-to-date equipments.
Yeah.
And then I can buy them for them and then bring them home for them.
Yeah.
But back then, it was very rare to see somebody going to the US bring equipment. So it's very easy. Equipments are now accessible.
Okay.
I was very impressed today, this morning, when I played. A lot of people had up-to-date equipment. That's very impressive. But also the information with the technology around us, TikTok and videos and YouTube. They can access to the knowledge, the knowledge of how to play golf, the equipment, the proper way of practicing and stuff like that. It's very, very impressive to see that. But also the fact that they get to see us who compete out there, you know, and come here and give them the knowledge and the experience that we've shared out there on the bigger platforms. I think it's headed the right way. And I want to say this. I'm not the only Ugandan who is there playing professional. Okay. You know, I have one of our friends. Actually, he's from Lugazi Country Club. His name is Joe Basalina. He plays there. I also have Patrick Olobo. He plays a profession. Though we live in different states, but
still in the US.
Yeah. So it's the game is headed the right way. I also have Chitata Willie. He's actually from Entebbe. He was the first that went to the US.
I've heard. I know Chitata actually.
Yes.
I know.
There's a lot of growth that is happening, you know, and there's a lot of Ugandan amateur players that are in college. They play. You know, playing in college gives you the opportunity to have a better ranking to join profession. Okay. Because golf is very expensive, especially when you're playing profession. Okay. The travel expenses, the tournament costs, the caddie fees and stuff like that. So we need sponsors. Actually, these logos you see on me, those are my sponsors. Oh, okay. This is a Ugandan company. Okay. Based in Massachusetts. They do shipping from US to Uganda. Okay. Crane Cargo. Crane Cargo, yes. And this is an African American lady. Yeah. She makes sports active wares. Wow, yeah. You know, so if you want to ship anything from US to Africa. To Uganda. To Uganda, they shipped to Uganda. He's a Ugandan, so he's concentrated on Uganda. Okay. Anything, car, or if you want to buy a clothes, phone, they ship through air. Okay, you give them the specifics where they're based. Yes, they are based in Massachusetts. Yeah. So if you want to buy something, let's say you want to buy something from a big brand. I'll give an example, Nike or Under Armour. You can reach Crane Cargo, they buy it on your behalf. All right. They have a US address. Yeah. And then the item will be shipped to them. And then for them, they will ship it to you. Now, they have two ways to ship it. Ocean freight and air. And air, okay. So depending on how fast you want your item, they get it. They've been in business for over 6 years. Wow, okay. They have a few prominent people they've worked with, like Jose Chameleon has, you know, you see he drives a lot of American cars. Yeah, true. All his cars have been shipped by Crane Cargo. Okay. Yeah. I've shipped with them myself. I've donated 1,000 golf balls to Entebbe Golf Club. Wow, that's nice. So I shipped with them. So it's very nice to, you know, support our own. That's true, that's true. So, like I was saying, it's very expensive. So playing in college helps us to get closer to those sponsors, to see us, to see our talent. Okay. And then somebody wants to advertise their brand with me, and then they will just sponsor my talent. Okay. That is how we get to manage. Oh, okay, yes. That's quite interesting. Yes. You know, lots of times people want to start up, people want to join, because I really want this, because I really like this, because it is inspiring a young golfer out there, knowing that Colline started off as a caddie. He launched it and now he is in the US playing pro golf. Yes, absolutely. That is very inspiring. That is so big. You know, that's what we need in Africa. Absolutely. We need success stories. Yeah. We need to inspire each other, because if we don't, no one's going to inspire us. And then we have to put our success stories out there. Yes. You know, because lots of people have been successful, but you know, when you sit back with your success story, you don't help the community. You don't share the knowledge. So it's interesting that, you know, it's good to have you back in Entebbe. Thank you. So I know that Entebbe, you can't define Entebbe without golf. No. You can't. I know people out there define us with the airport and beaches, but we know the things that define us. Entebbe is more than that. Yeah, true. Yeah. Entebbe is more than just the zoo. They normally say the zoo. Yeah. You know, we have a lot of things, but among ourselves, we know. Because I know lots of children out there. Yeah.
when I go to the club, when I pass there once in a while, I see a lot of them seated at the shade, caddies and all these people, girls, and I'm so happy that many women coming up to play golf. So it's a good thing when they listen to
stories like ours,
like yours,
it motivates them. And I want to encourage all the people that will watch this and you have an interest in golf. The best time to start is now.
Yes.
Actually, the best time to start was yesterday, but the second best time is now.
Yes.
You know, go to the nearest golf course. If you're from Entebbe, go to Entebbe Golf Club. If you're from Kampala, go to Kampala Country Club. Lugazi, we have Ginger, we have Arua. So there's a lot of...
There's Fort Potro.
There's Chinyara. There's a lot of them. So go to your nearest golf course and pick up interest. Talk to a club profession. They will direct you. I promise you, they'll give you the best information that you need.
Yes.
But for kids watching this, two things. Be in school, and that is how you will connect your sports to take you further. Because if I wasn't in school or if I wasn't going to school, I wouldn't have gotten the scholarship to go and play college golf. Because remember, you are a student athlete. Student comes first.
Yeah.
So you have to have both things going along. So that is my advice to all the kids watching me. Keep in school, work hard on your game, be honest, be trustworthy, and discipline. Have discipline in whatever you do, because without discipline, you cannot have an accountability. That is my advice.
That is true. That's very good advice. Discipline. Stay in school, guys. Don't run out from school. You know, you can even start school, even those that haven't started.
Yes.
You know, we have adult education, but the most important thing is not too late.
Yes.
You can make it.
Absolutely.
But before we finish, you've been in Entebbe. How do you feel about Entebbe right now? Any changes?
Yes, there's a lot of changes. There's a lot of changes. I'm impressed with the developments around. You know, the other day I took a run. I ran around my neighborhood.
Okay.
And I was impressed with, Amakubo Wagakoze,
yes,
you know, those inside roads.
Our mayor is also a golfer, by the way.
Yes, I actually trained him.
Oh, you trained him?
Yeah,
that's interesting.
He me very well.
Okay, that's good.
So there's a lot of, infrastructure construction going on.
Yeah,
I'm very impressed with that.
He's done a good job.
But always, Entebbe people are calm.
Yeah.
You know, so I love that about Entebbe when I come home. And the air is fresh.
True.
So we are very blessed.
True.
Yes.
True. That is true. Entebbe has always been a blessed place.
Yes.
And what I love about us is that we are family.
Yes.
You know, even if you go away, lots of friends. You mentioned Patrick Ogwang.
Yes.
He's in Texas.
Oh yeah. I met him in Dallas. Yes.
We always meet up when he's around. He's doing his runs. I'm also running around. Like, hey, Patrick, good old friend of mine. But it's always good, and I hope when you guys are out there in the US or wherever all over the world as Ugandans, you connect because we need to grow each other.
Absolutely,
it's the only way we can raise each other.
And then I also want to give you your flowers before I go. You're doing an amazing job.
Thank you.
I understand that sometimes you don't have the resources.
True.
Sometimes you don't even have the equipment. The manpower, but at the end of the day, you still make the best out of what you have, and that's what it takes.
That's true.
You never know who this video is going to touch, and people are out there. People can reach out. For those of you who have equipment, let's support our own.
That is true.
Reach out, DM him, and that's how I actually reached out to him. You write to him, and he will always respond back.
Yeah.
Let's support our own.
Yeah.
There is no better story than sharing your own story. Because there's somebody out there going through exactly what you went through. True. That can be their uplifting.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, guys. Thank you for watching Beyond the Beach. Obviously, I've had Colin here with me. Interesting pro golfer from Entebbe. I can't say that any much more because I like it when Entebbe people are successful and doing amazing things all over the world. So keep watching the program, keep sharing it, keep subscribing to our channel, and we always love you. Colin,
nice.
I wish you all the best in the Uganda Open.
Thank you.
I'll be following.
Absolutely.
And I hope you win it.
I hope so.
Thank you for coming.
I know so. Thank you.
Thank you for coming. Bless.
Thank you.